We'll start with a look at weather with Thomas Patrick. Thomas, I understand we were tracking some thunder. Where are we at now? Thunderstorms.
Yeah, the one thunderstorm that we saw earlier on this morning around 4:30 to 5:30, that is now north of the Canadian border and is moving into British Columbia. So that does not appear to be a worry for our region. But there is another that just popped up near the Wenatchee area. Here's the last 6 hours. You're obviously noticing probably a little bit of rainfall or a little bit of moisture that's still on the ground through the overnight hours, and certainly quite a bit of humidity as well. But the storm that I'm now keeping a very sharp eye on is north of Wenatchee and moving straight north. So is north of Wenatchee, west of Chelan right now. And because of that lightning, it is obviously breathing a bit of caution in the area because that is also a region that is under a red flag warning for the threat of dry lightning. There does look to be like there is a decent rain core on that. So hopefully that could squash any kind of wildfires before they could even get sparked or underway. Right now it is 67 degrees and mostly sunny skies over Spokane. We also got a very pleasant day getting underway over Coeur d'Alene that you saw the live picture right there. And we are expecting quite a bit of sunshine during the daytime hours, but there is another chance for some scattered or isolated thunderstorms again for this evening. So we'll have the latest timeline of that there in what could be another evening with some scattered or isolated thunderstorms after about 6 or 7 o'clock into the evening hours. So coming up, we'll be detailing that and let you know what to expect for the weekend ahead as well.
5 years after the Freeman High School shooting, sentencing for the shooter is finally getting underway. KREM 2 has followed the Freeman High School shooting since the start. Here is a timeline of the events that led up to today. The Freeman High School shooting happened in 2017. The shooter was a 15-year-old student when he shot and killed one classmate and wounded 3 freshman girls. However, the court decided he would be tried as an adult. A trial date was set for October 2020, but it was pushed to June of 2021 due to the pandemic. It actually didn't start until January of this year. Now, the gunman pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including first-degree murder and second-degree assault. Before his sentencing, the judge ordered him to hear multiple victim impact statements from those affected by the shooting.
We had to return to the scene of a murder every day for the rest of the school year, another 170 school days.
Opening statements and expert testimony will begin this morning. Victim and expert testimony will continue for several days, and the court's sentence is expected to be given Friday, August 19th. Now, a shortage of bus drivers is forcing Spokane Public Schools to make some tough decisions ahead of the school year. Some middle and high school students will have to walk to class or catch a ride with Spokane Transit. KREM 2's Malia Kamal explains who will be impacted and what the district is saying. Good morning, Malia.
Good morning, Amanda. I'm at the bus barn, and this lot looks full right now, but the Spokane Public School District is having a hard time finding people to drive these buses. Now, as students prepare to head back to school, the district is busy making sure that students will make it on time to class despite the shortage. Now, this year, the district is increasing the walk boundaries for middle school and high school students. Those who live within 1.5 miles of the radius of their school won't have a yellow bus to take them to and from class. And for high school students who are used to taking the school bus, they may have to catch a ride with the Spokane Transit.
We are looking for them to transport more of our high school students. We have always had high school students use STA, and we're just looking at increasing that and having it be the primary way that our high school students are transported.
Now, the school district says that 20% of high school students will have access to a school bus this year. The district is also trying to make routes more efficient with fewer stops. Now, the district is still working with Durham to finalize bus routes, and they'll be reaching out to families to give them an update soon. In Spokane, Malia Kamal, KREM 2 News.
Meanwhile, the Washington State Department of Health has updated guidance on COVID-19 before kids go back to school in a few weeks. Starting this fall, students and staff who test positive for COVID-19 must isolate at home for 5 days and until symptoms are gone. Once you're back in the classroom, they'll wear a well-fitting mask for 5 days, and schools and child care providers will also no longer be required to directly notify high-risk individuals of exposure. However, they must have a process in place to notify students, staff, and families of cases and outbreaks. Time now 6:06. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. Court documents reveal new details about the woman found dead in a house fire in Spokane Valley last week. According to Spokane County court documents, she likely died from blunt force trauma to the head. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says the cause of the fire and how she died are still under investigation. The woman lived with her son, and the Sheriff's Office says he is cooperating with the investigation. Drivers who use Mullen Bridge Road should expect delays tomorrow due to repairs on the bridge deck. According to WashDOT, lanes will be closed across Mullen Road Bridge over I-90 The closures will last from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow as crews work to put in permanent striping. One lane will remain open to let traffic pass through the work zone. And this weekend, our Pick of the Litter partners at the Country Store are hosting an adoption day with Spokanimal. Our local shelters are very full, so this is a chance to do some fun meet and greets with the cats and dogs available at Spokanimal just while you're out and about this weekend. Now, the adoption day is at the Country Store this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can see if there's a furry friend that will fit into your family. The Country Store is located on East Sprague near the Spokane Valley Costco. And that's a look at your morning rush. There are several fires burning across the state right now, with the latest burning in Douglas County. Fire crews are calling it the Moore Canyon Fire, and it's already burned over 4,600 acres. The fire started earlier this week. Level 2 evacuations are in effect for those living in Rimrock. That means prepare to leave. And at this time, there are Level 1 evacuation notices in place for Wagon Road and Palisades Road all the way to Grant County line. There are some road closures in places at this time as crews work to contain the fire. And as dry conditions keep fire danger high, Okanagan County commissioners have declared a countywide burn ban. The ban will go into effect tomorrow, and it prohibits all outdoor burnings, including recreational fires and fires on private land. The ban will remain in place until October 15th unless it's extended by county commissioners. And some good news this morning following the Williams Lake fire near Cheney. The German Shepherd who likely ran away from the fire has been reunited with his family. The dog, who firefighters nicknamed Smokey, is actually named Max. Now, he was found covered in fire retardant after that fire broke out. Apparently, his family was able to find him because they saw him on the news, and we are happy to report this very good boy has been reunited with his humans.